Our Almighty Father, we thank you for your compassion, for the gift of life, and for your creations.
You unfailingly listen to the petitions of your children, and together, as people of diverse religions,
spiritual expressions, and indigenous traditions of USTP community,
who invoke you by different names, humbly pray that you give us courage, wisdom, hope, and peace.
As we face this pandemic, please continue to provide us with our needs.
We humbly ask for the safety of our frontliners, that they will be equipped with medical resources
and with physical, mental, and emotional strength to withstand the challenges of the time.
May our health experts and innovators find a cure for this unpredictable disease.
And may you guide our leaders in listening and responding to the voices of the people, so that they may have the conscience to render service without counting the cost.
Help us remember that what we are fighting against are not the people around us,
but an entity we cannot easily see. We pray for guidance, that we may be able to continue the academic year.
Regardless of the current situation, may you continually give our faculty and staff the vitality and grit to pursue their passion for service.
most especially the willingness and lure to transition to the new normal of teaching and learning.
Father,
We
we
ask
ask
you
you
to
to
bless
bless the community.
the administration, the faculty and staff, and the students.
Make us your beacon of hope, love, and peace, so that we become instruments of healing.
Lead us towards your path so this challenging journey will conclude in communal victory.
Amen.
Here to be, we hold a character, mountain of knowledge, who we cherish high. To her we owe our training, advice that's education with hands that do the minds that think we will not fail. We shall pursue defeats, won't face us nor discourage us, for God shall be our guiding star. We set banner to the sky, watch it wave with great serene. All the century voices love for the glory and honor of our school. We pledge our hearts and need to be loyal and true for it, and today dear alma mater, the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone! Mula Batanes hanggang Hulo and even outside the Philippines. Hello and welcome to our webinar on Urban Community Microfarm. I am Polly.
And I am City. And hello, Polly. It's nice to see you again. So
Hi,
again,
Atisita. It's nice to see you too.
how are you first? How are you first?
I am so fine. It's a busy day, but it's a happy Wednesday, I believe, because today marks
Tama
our
nga
first
naman.
day, diba, sa continuation ng ating webinar series on this webinar on urban
Yes.
community microfarm. That is why I am so excited. And I believe we are 69. Magsa-70 na tayo on our Facebook
Yes.
Live. So
That
keep
is true.
sharing our Facebook Live. Ate City, there you go. You want to say something para sa ating Facebook Live
Yes.
viewers?
Actually, karon no, I'm feeling fresh. So actually, as you can see, I'm wearing a green top that signifies environment. Wow, Charla.
I agree.
Again,
Above
this is
agreed.
the first day of the second part out of three part of our webinar series that we are having again on our Facebook page, which by the way, we are live today. So hello naman dyan. So whether you like it or not, no, you'll be seeing these pretty faces for three consecutive days.
I
I guess
agree.
you're agree, di ba? You agree that.
I know.
So
And of course, we would like to acknowledge our partner barangays. We have Barangay Pagatpat and Barangay Tablon. So our Facebook
that
Live
is true.
viewers, we encourage you to comment down sa kung saan ka man nanonood ngayon, kung saan
Mm-hmm.
mang panig ng mundo, comment your place sa ating
That is
Facebook
true.
Live video.
Yes, because we would love to hear your thoughts, your shout outs, and especially your expectations for today's webinar. So comment down below mga GSK and let us know where you are joining us from. Right, Polly?
I know. And of course, at the city, this webinar series wouldn't be possible without our different partners now that we want
Mm-hmm.
to thank at this very moment.
That
These
is true.
partners, of course, made this urban community possible. That is why thank you so much. Well, I believe we have lots of USCP friends who are watching with us today. So speaking of USCP, again, we would like to acknowledge our partners in this webinar series for both governments and non-government agencies for a food secure, resilient, and sustainable urban community here in the city. All right, without further ado, let's start thanking our partners.
We have first University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, of course.
Center for Human Development.
Office of the Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration,
College of Agriculture, USTP Claveria.
Department of Technology Communication Management, USTP-CDO,
Department of Technician Teacher Education of USTP CDO.
we have Department of Teaching Languages, USTP-CDO.
We also have from USTP Claveria Radio Station,
Kids Who Farm.
Kids for Kids.
We have City Agriculture Office of CDO,
City Local Natural Resources Office or CLENRO.
Agricultural Training Institute of DA Region 10,
Green Minds Incorporated, and of course,
GCI Cagayan Gold. Ayan, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Thank you so much for making this webinar series even more possible.
thank you so much. Really, really thank you so much. All right, before we move forward, no, let's have a quick shout out. At the city, let's read some comments here. We have watching from Camp Evangelista Patag. There you go. Hello po.
Ayan, taga CDO. Hello naman dyan. Of course,
Watching
yes. We also have viewers coming from USTP Claveria. Oh, laban lang tayo dyan, no?
We also
Stay
have
safe.
here's Lionel Lihogaya Bayodo. Pa-shout out from Malitbog, Bukidnon.
Watching from Lanis Claveria daw, ingon ni Rhea Londa. Ayan.
There you go.
Hello.
Saan pa po ba dito? Asmer Furog, watching from Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon. Jazel, there you go.
Yes, there are a lot of them actually. Watching from Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, so a lot of them. We are having a diverse audiences, right?
Super. And right now we are 92 on our Facebook Live. Thank you very much. To our
share.
participants, please keep sharing our Facebook Live video. I can see no sa ating comment section kasi nakikita po namin yan if you're able to share the Facebook Live video because you'll have that share badge. So to those who shared our webinar series day one, please, thank you so much because again, nakikita ho namin yung mga pa-share badge. Also,
Meron pa tayong mga South Cotabato dito, Polly. Di ba?
Grabe. Thank you so much.
Napaka-nice. Ayan. Polly would like you to remind everybody about the to sign up the attendance.
Of course, mga higala, to our participants this afternoon, we encourage you to again fill out our attendance. A link will be given to you in a while. This will serve as your attendance. After you fill out our attendance via Google form, I believe, you will then get your e-certificate, diba? Therefore, again, ganun po ka-importante ang pag-fill out ng ating attendance sheet.
Yes. Along with the evaluation form, which later on will be pinned also sa atong comment section. So, Polly, no?
At the city, before we really move forward, we would also like to acknowledge our partner barangays again, Pagatpat and Tablon. And we have 200 plus registrants from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Ayan naman talaga, na-expose ang mga beauty natin dito, Polly. Ayan,
I know, thank you so much.
Pang national television. Even international. Don't deny it.
Diba? Anyhow, at the city, to move forward.
Yes, without no further ado, Polly, no, to officially begin today's webinar and to give his opening message, help me welcome an environmental planner, MPA, and the department head of City Local Environment and Natural Resources, ladies and gentlemen, Engineer Arman A. Cuenca. A virtual round of applause, please.
There you go. Engineer Armin, good afternoon po. Grabe, we are 100 on our Facebook Live. Again,
napakadami natin.
All right. There you go. We'll have Engineer Armin with us right now. Engineer Armin, the screen is yours.
Hi, good afternoon. First of all, thank you for inviting Glenn
engineer Armin is currently having technical difficulties due, I believe, to his internet connection. Eto po, i-queue namin. I believe i-queue po kami whenever engineer is ready. But right now, at the city, I think it's time that we do another shout out. Kasi sobrang overwhelming po
Yes.
ng suporta ninyo sa ating programang ito. And I think this is very much important, no? Because I believe this urban community microfarm webinar series aims not just to provide for the people or to our participants, but also this can somehow help their mental health and all that.
That's
Kasi
true.
again, may nagagawa sila, nagiging productive, and imagine the interactions that they have, diba, despite virtual lang. So
That
nararamdaman
is
nila ang
true.
suporta ng kanilang kapwa participants.
Yes, because this is mainly for home and community gardeners out there. So
I
we
know, I
have
agree.
here,
Alright.
okay, good afternoon kay Kiber Hago. Ayan, good afternoon daw po. Hello, hello, hello.
There you go. We also
We
have
also
from Shirley
have,
Magnoy Kilang. Good afternoon, watching all the way from USTP Claveria.
ooh, we also from Gian, I think. Good afternoon, watching from Balingasag. Ayan, ang dami nila, partner.
I know. Anyhow, dagan kayong salamat sa inyong tanan. Maraming salamat po. Your support is just really overwhelming. Thank you so much. We are currently 97 on our Facebook Live. Keep sharing our Facebook Live. There you go. We have from Joren Longino watching from Looc Salay, Misamis Oriental. Pa-shoutout po. Ayan, hi,
Ayan.
Joren.
Hello, hello. Hello din kay Brian Jasper Fabri Aban, watching from Camigan Island. From USTB Claveria student daw siya, Polly.
Grabe, all the way from Camigan. Na-miss na ho
Diba?
namin ang island of Camigan.
Baka naman, pa-White Island kayo dyan.
Diba? We'll be back there when this
That
pandemic
is true.
ends. Let's all pray for that, no?
Mhm.
There you go.
Ready
We
na
also
ba ang
have
ating mga swimsuits attired and partner?
medyo, wow,
Alam nga,
medyo hindi po kaya ng mga, hindi po kayo magsuot
uniform
ng
nga eh,
swimsuit
hindi
attire.
masukat-sukat eh. Di ba?
Diba? Dahil sa laki kong to. Wow. Kailangan ko
Okay,
ng
sa
maraming
proclaim mo
gulay.
yan.
Wow. All right. Anyhow, we have from Benjon Philip Along. Good afternoon po, watching from Hastaan, Misamis Oriental. Hi.
Ooh. From Lionel Lee Hogoya Bayodo, I think ikaw yung gi-prefer ani. So, hi sir. I saw you from LLS. Sana all.
Hello. Wow, nagpa-cute man daw.
Drop your GCash number. Try lang.
0965. Talagang dito binigay. Anyhow, PM me na lang po. Naghahanap din po kasi ako.
Nang ano?
Parang, anyhow, we have from Hillmark. Hi, watching from Germany. Wow. Hello from Germany. Welcome. Welcome to our webinar series.
Akalain mo nga naman,
Diba?
no? Pang beauty natin.
Umabot ng Germany.
Kaya nga,
Umabot
diba?
tayo ng Germany.
Oo, kaya nga, Polly, pinapasalamatan natin ang TCM, Department of TCM, for allowing us to host this event.
I know. There you go. We have here a comment from Doc Vince Pakatang waiting for Sir J. Mark. And speaking of that, I believe he is so ready to discuss about his topic this afternoon because again, this is such a great topic to talk about, no? He will be talking about natural pest management. And so allow me to formally introduce our speaker this afternoon. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our speaker, mga higala, is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, major in Agricultural Education at the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, Claveria Campus, cum laude. He passed the licensure examination for agriculturists in the year 2018 and a senior resident specialist for crop protection at Aim to Top Review and Training Center. He is currently studying his master's degree at the University of the Philippines, UP Los Baños, taking up Masters of Science in Entomology, specialized in insect taxonomy and minor in plant pathology. He is an instructor 1 at the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, Claveria Campus. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all give a virtual round of applause to our speaker this afternoon, Mr. J. Mark Lantod.
Yeah, take it away, sir.
Oh yes, good afternoon everyone. Maayong hapon. I am J. Mark M. Lantud, a faculty from the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, Claveria Campus. At ngayong hapon ay ating i-discuss ang ating webinar na pinamagatang Natural Pest Management. So we will be discussing about natural pest management. Now we are going to look for our pests that attacks our crops and that annoys us. Okay? So we have this goal. Yung goal natin no, sa natural pest management. And this is to save our garden crops and devote less time battling pests with, enough or let me say proper management and practices. So, ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin pag sinasabi nating pest? Okay? So, what does it mean? So, when we say pest, these are organisms or animals. Okay? Take note that, number one, if it destroys the crop or destroy crops. No? Pag umaatake, kumakain na itong mga animals na ito no sa ating mga pananim. Pangalawa, if it competes with humans no for food and even shelter. Pangatlo, if it transmit diseases. Now, as we all know that pests could also transmit diseases. Now, say for example, we have a lot of insect vectors na nagdadala ng mga sakit-sakit. Okay? At pang-apat naman is to reduce availability. If this particular living organism can or could reduce availability, the quality, and even the value of human resources, then all of these ang lahat ng mga living organisms na ito ay matatawag na nating pest or peste. Okay? So ano-ano nga ba ang mga klase or kinds ng ating mga peste or the kinds of pests? So we have weeds. Because weeds, when you say weeds, these are plants, no, that or where its potentialities for bad, no, far outweighs its potentialities for good. This is out of place, no, kasi itong weeds na to ay tumutubo ng hindi, tumutubo ng wala sa lugar. Yun yung term. Okay, pangalawa, we have this pathogen. When we say pathogen, these are living agents, no, that could initiate diseases. Mga halimbawa nito ay yung mga bacteria, yung mga fungi, mga nematodes. Yun, no? Virus and viroids as well. So, pangatlo, insect. No, one of the most common, no, animals or living organisms that could initiate diseases also. And we also have vertebrates and invertebrates. When we say vertebrates, ito yung mga animals na may backbones. When we say invertebrates, ito yung mga animals na walang backbones naman. Now, say for example, for our vertebrate pests, we have the rodents. Now, for our invertebrate pests, we have our golden apple snail na tinatawag natin dito na kuhol. No? Alam niyo ba yung kuhol? So, we also considered bird, no, yung mga ano ba yan? Kung sa Bisaya langgam, mga ibon. Yes, ibon, no? Kagaya lamang ng mga Maya, no? Because we all know that pest is anthropocentric, no? It is a man-made concept. It depends upon, no, the human being if on how he or she looks at that animal. Now, if it already annoys you, then it is considered to be a pest. Okay? So, number 8, of course, we have humans. Tayong mga tao. Okay? Human beings that infest, that destroys, and cause economic damage to agricultural crops, plants, plant products, and structures. But remember this, ladies and gentlemen, na there are things, no, that are right but not appropriate. No, we can we can call humans as a pest, but it's not appropriate to call them. No, so that's it. So weapons, ito yung mga sandata natin na gagamitin para ma-prevent natin yung entry ng mga peste o kaya na may mapupuksa. Tama ba yung pagtagalog ko? Okay, so we can eradicate. Yes, the term is eradicate. So we could eradicate them. If could not eradicate them, then just minimize, no? Because that is the goal of plant pathology, to minimize plant diseases. Okay? So ito yung mga sandata na ating gagamitin. Una, we have prevention. Pangalawa, beneficial insects. Pangatlo, we have the natural botanical insecticide. And of course, the last one is other practices na pwede natin gamitin, no, sa pagpatay ng ating mga peste na umaatake sa ating garden crops. So let's discuss first about prevention. Prevention is still better than cure. Mas maganda if hindi pa na-establish yung mga sakit-sakit, no, sa ating mga pananim para mas bongga yung mga bunga nila, di ba? So, and easiest way to prevent damages from pests in our garden is to discourage them from coming in the first place. Mararagod yapon na siya gumano. Better to prevent it. Better prevent yourself from falling in love if you don't want to get hurt. Char, hilas lang. So, bayan. So a healthy garden is the best defense. So prevention is better than cure. No, as easy as that. So under prevention, no, may tinatawag tayong mga strategies, no, na pwede nating gamitin para makaprevent tayo, no, sa pagpasok ng mga peste sa ating mga pananim. No, number one, we are going to pull out weak plants. So they may already be infected with various pests and diseases. We all know that, and especially insect pests, they could actually undergo quiescence. No, so nakakapagtago sila sa mga dahon-dahon, and they could have their resting, no, nakakapagpahinga sila, no, sa pagkatapos nilang pag-atake sa ating mga pananim. No, if not, they will attract vectors. Itong pag sinasabi nating vectors, ito yung dumadala ng mga diseases. No, kagaya lang namang ng mga insekto. The best solution for this one is to just uproot and dispose the plant away from the garden area. So we have number 2, interplant and rotate crops. So this is a cultural approach in nature, no, wherein insects or insect pests are, we all know that insect pests are often plants.
There you go. Ang dami nating natutunan in that short minute pa lang, no? But his discussion is not yet over, mga higala, because we'll be learning a lot more. But he'll be back. Sir Jay
So,
will be
let's
back.
discuss
There
in the
you go. I think he is
the
now.
away from the garden area.
I think he's now with us.
Yes, Polly.
There you go, Sir Jay. The screen is yours.
So we have number 2, interplant and rotate crops. So this is a cultural approach in nature, no, wherein insects or insect pests are, we all know that insect pests are often plant specific. They have their specific food that they want to eat, no, that they feed on. So when planting are mixed, so pests are likely to spread throughout a crop. So for example, yung mga gumagamit ng monoculture, right, no, ang kung tatanim ng mais na whole year round. So that is why yung peste is still there, no, hindi nawawala kasi nga yun lamang yung tinatanim nila, no. So we need to practice crop rotation in order for us to avoid insect pests, no, that could infect our plants. So another one, we should keep foliage dry. So water early, so foliage will be dry most of the day, no? Kasi pag palagi silang basa at naku, ang mangyayari diyan ay mas madami, no, ang pagmamanifest ng ating mga pathogens. Maybe we could say that fungi can do that very much, no, as fast as they could. We could also minimize insect habitat, no, by simply clearing our garden area, no, clearing the plant debris and weeds, which are the breeding places for insect. Kay ganahan kinig mga sagbuton, no, nga atong mga insekto, they serve as their home, no. And of course, we should disinfect, no, our tools before using. Kanang atong ginagamit, no, sa pagbasok, paggamit na to sa paglampas, we should disinfect them, no, because basin dahil ang inyong gigamit sa nag-una atong crop is being infected by a virus, then once you slash it to the other plant, then it might infect your plant. So here we go. We also have this beneficial insect. So when we say beneficial insects, these are insects that can be used against the harmful one. That is why not all pests, by the way, no, let me remind you that not all pests are insect and not all insect are pests. Okay, because we have these beneficial ones. Okay, so for example, we have the braconids, the chalcids, and the ecnomone wasps. Grabe man yun sa maning nga mga term. So kung bago pa mo ani nga mga insect nga ayapan nyo ng tagabuan, so these are beneficial insect. Now, I will be showing you pictures, no? Magpapakita ako ng mga litrato sa inyo kung ano ang, or how this particular insect look like. Okay? So, these three insect, ladies and gentlemen, no? These small beneficial insect can destroy leaf-eating caterpillars, no? As we all know, the most damaging stage of our insect, no? Especially those holometabulans, yung complete yung metamorphosis nila, yung may egg, larva, pupa, at saka adult, kagaya ng mga, yung most damaging, no, mga lepidopterans, yung mga corn borers, yung mga worms, because during that stage, they love to eat, no, especially the leaves where photosynthetic activity takes place. So you can attract them to your garden by planting carrots. We have celery, parsley, caraway, and Queen's Anne's lace. And all members of the Umbelliferae family. And these plants are easy to grow and some should be left to flower. No, it's because it's the flower that attracts them. No, so in order for us to get or to acquire this insect, let me say beneficial insect, then we should plant flowering of flowers, no, because they are attracted to it. So, as you can see in the picture, ito ay halimbawa ng ating braconid wasp. Di ba? Yan. So, yan yung braconid wasp. Yung figure A is the adult at saka yung figure C naman yung adult na ina-approach niya yung ating caterpillar na nagdudulot ng or kumakain, no, sa dahon ng ating crop. Yung B naman, yan yung eggs nila. As you can see. So, the next picture would be the chalcid wasp. Yan yung chalcid wasp. So, may iba't ibang kulay niyan. We can actually see them, no, in our gardens if you are just a keen observer. Okay? And the last one is the ecnomone wasp. No? Sobrang gandang tignan. Yeah, it parasitizes, you know, say for example, at the figure D, it parasitizes the aphids. Yung aphids, no, na marami sa ating mga pananim. We have aphids in legumes, in banana, di ba? And pangalawang beneficial insect naman is itong ladybugs. I guess most of you here are very familiar with this one. So these common insects consume aphids, mites, whiteflies, and scale insects. So this is an example of a ladybug. By the way, para hindi kayo malito, no, kasi marami tayong nakikitang mga beetles. Knowing that yung mga beetles natin, no, siya yung may pinakamaraming, no, na species, no, having 300 to 350,000 species worldwide. Kaya naman, no, may maraming mga beetles natin na pare-pareho yung morphology nila, yung kumbaga yung physical na attributes kung sa tao pa. Okay? So, we have this Asian lady beetle and ladybug. This Asian lady beetle, as you can see in the picture, may M-shaped spot siya. Yung kulay puti, nakikita nyo ba? And these are aggressive. It sometimes bite us, okay? It is harmful to dogs. It invade homes, and it leaves behind an odor or yellow fluid. So this is the harmful one, yung Asian lady beetle. Okay, for the ladybug, which is the beneficial one, yung nakakatulong sa atin, it doesn't have any M shape. No, as you can see at Asian lady beetle, yung kulay puti, no, it forms letter M. But yung ladybug natin naman, it doesn't have any M shape at all. And it is harmless. And it controls garden pests. It eats a lot of insect, just like aphids, scale insect also. And it is good for the environment. So it is better to know them well. Kay base ng atong pagtuo, no, labi na makakita ng tag-insekto because ang atong una-una din dana sa ilaha is Pesti na insecticida, where in fact they are not, because some of them are beneficial. And one thing I've learned is that 99% of our insects are very useful, and only 1% of them is bad, or let me say, or can cause damage, or can cause nuisance to humans. That's it, the term nuisance. No, gabi, una pag itang mga terms, ladies and gentlemen. So, ito yung kinakain ng ating ladybugs. Yung first picture, that is a whitefly. No, makikita natin to sa ating mga solanaceous crops. So, what is solanaceous crops? Pag sinasabi natin solanaceous crops, ito ay mga tanim kagaya na lamang ng mga kamatis, talong, yon, yung solanaceous crops. Itong whiteflies na ito, actually, no, before, Claveria is known to be, tomato jaces, no, because we produce both densities of tomatoes in here. But as time passes by, due to the tomato yellow leaf curl virus, nako, mahirap na ang pagpatubo ng kamatis, especially in a large scale. Kaya, ano naman connection nito? Because this whiteflies actually is the insect vector. Ito yung nagdadala ng ating sakit na kulot. Kulot yun sa amin eh. Curling in English. Paano ba yan? No? Sabi na. So, that's it. Ang pangalawang picture naman sa figure B, that is an aphid being eaten by our ladybug. So, as you can see, malaki siyang tulong, especially that aphids really cause damage into our crops, no? And for our figure C, it is a scale insect, no? You can see this one a lot, no? We have in cacao, makikita nyo rin siya sa mga malunggay nyo, sa banana plantation nyo, yun. These are scale insects. So with the use or with the help of our ladybugs, no, we could minimize them. Yan, yun. Pangatlo naman ay very common. I know most of you, sasabihin ko na lang to, no, na nakakita na nitong praying mantis. So these large insects have an appetite for most garden crops, no? Because praying mantis eggs are set out in the garden where they hatch, grow to adult size. So especially if we are using, kapag gumagamit tayo ng organic farming, mas marami tayong praying mantis na makikita. Kasi pag gumagamit tayo ng mga chemicals na, yung mga synthetics, namamatay sila. Okay? So, they are considered to be general predator. Pag sinasabi natin general predator, for as long as kung ano yung makikita nila, kung ano yung mga prey na nasa pananim nyo, kakainin nila yan. No, actually, even snake, yung mga malalaking mga praying mantis, they could actually eat snakes. Yeah. Because they are general predator. So as you can see in the picture, no, it comes from different colors and even sizes. Okay? And the very common one is the green one, the Mantis religiosa. Nakikita nyo ba? Yes. O may pink nga eh. Yan ay makikita sa ating orchids. So, pangatlong paraan para mapuksa natin yung mga peste sa ating mga garden crops is itong natural or botanical insecticide. So, anong ibig sabihin naman ito? So, these are naturally existing compounds obtained from plant sources which have been known to contain insecticidal properties. No, they are also toxic just like synthetic derivatives. So, mga halimbawa nito ay mga PYRETHRUM, AZADIRACHTINs, NICOTINE, LIMONENE, and ROTINONE. So let's discuss first what is a PYRETHRUM. So PYRETHRUM daisy, or better known as Chrysanthemum. Alam ko naman na alam nyo to, di ba? So murag familiar na kayo ni sa inyong tanan. So it has been long known for its insecticidal properties. Yung bulaklak nito could repel a number of pests from fleas to lice and even mosquitoes. And this is one of the most effective insect repellent. No, that is why nga yung may synthetic tayo na insecticide that is being derived in pyrethrum or the heads of our chrysanthemum. The term is pyrethroids. Yes. No, ginagamit yan, no? Sa yung pag binabasa natin yung spray sa mga household aerosols, yan, ginagamit yan. No, nilalagyan lang mga dagdag na mga chemical substances para maging or mas epektibo. Pero dito, since we are learning about the natural way of repelling this insect pest or the insect pest, then we can use this PYRETHRUM daisy or the chrysanthemum. But take note, make sure na kung magtanong mo PYRETHRUM daisy or chrysanthemum, dapat lagyo na gamay sa inyong crop. Tingnan naman, since it repels insect, katong mga pollinators na to diha, no balik sa ilang agi and dili na to mapollinate inyong mga tanom. So that is why it is much better if nakadistansya na sa inyong tanom. May mga pila ka meters away from your crop will do. So this is an example of chrysanthemum. So wala na kaila because I do believe that most of you here kaila na gid unsay dagway sa chrysanthemum. Okay, next is we have AZADIRACHTIN. So these are extracted. Sa man oy Bisaya kay lisod gid kaning Bisaya tanong nga magtagalog mo English. So these are extracted from the seeds of the neem tree and scientifically known as AZADIRACTA indica, grown in many tropical and subtropical parts of the world, kagaya lamang ng Pilipinas, no? So it deter insect feeding and oviposition. Pag sinasabi nating oviposition, yung paglay ng eggs ng ating mga insekto. And of course, it could interfere the growth, no? Sila ay nag-intervene or vene sa ating growth, sa paglaki, sa development mismo, at saka sa pagre-reproduce ng ating mga insekto. So there is no adverse effects with mammals and non-target organisms. That's it. So ito ay halimbawa ng ating AZADIRACT, or rather neem tree. AZADIRACTIN is the active ingredient. Okay. So nicotine. So nicotine comes from the extraction of tobacco leaves and was used as an insecticide as early in the 17th century. So grabe, no? So it has been found out na itong ating tobacco ay may pesticidal properties na nakakatulong, no, sa ating pag-uuma. So we have nicotine sulfate, which is very toxic to animals and is considered to be the most dangerous among the botanicals. Yan. Well, you know, these are the examples of our tobacco leaves. Okay, we have limonene. So the chemical is extracted from the peel of citrus fruits. I guess most of us is alam na rin yung citrus. So which has about 98% of orange peel oil by weight. So limonene is used against external parasites. Yan, these are the examples of our citrus fruits. So we also have other plants with insecticidal properties. As you can see in the picture, kung makikita nyo, dyan sa figure A, yan ay marigold, very famous. Yan eh. We have for figure B, the garlic, the sibuyas, C, the chili pepper, and for our figure D is our lemongrass or the tanglad. These four crop or plants have these insecticidal properties that are helpful, that are useful, no, as insecticide. So we also have other practices, no? Say for example, we have this fertilizer management. So when there is exists nitrogen use, it makes the crop prone to insect attack. Nga naman, no, why? Why is it so? It is simply because if we apply too much nitrogen, no, we all know that too much application of nitrogen, no, could lead to greening of the leaves. And for the eyes of our pests, no, masarap to, no, para sa kanila. So that is why if mas marami yung ang ina-apply natin na nitrogen, mas green yung dahon ng ating pananim at mas masarap yan sa mga mata ng ating mga piste. Okay? So, crop rotation, no, it alters the pest composition of the area. We also have tillage practices, no, or tillage practices, no, wherein it exposes and it kills hiding insects in the soil. Kasi may mga insect tayo na doon nag-pupate sa soil, kagaya na lamang ng ating armyworm at saka cutworms. No, they prefer to pupate at soil. No, and even sa ating, ano ba yan? Sa ating mga ornamentals, kung plantita at plantito kayo, may army worms na umaatake dyan, no? Kaya ang solusyon dyan is to manually handpicking them during at night because they are nocturnal. No, they attacks our crop during at night. So another one, we have proper residue disposal. So crop residues contain quiescent insect should be wherein it must be plowed or destroyed. Quiescent, these are the resting period of an insect. Nung pwede silang dili sa magkaon kay the food that they ate sa wala pa ang ilang quiescence is enough, no, nga maka-sustain until such time na naa na sa crop nga bag-o nga same lang gyapon sa gitanom in the previous ones. Okay? And of course, we also have this manual hand picking. So kaning manual hand picking, sayo na kaya ni siya, no? We are just merely picking up, no, the insect pest that is damaging our crops. Okay? I guess that will be all for today. And if you have any questions, now feel free to ask. Thank you, everyone, and God bless us all.
There you go. Thank you very much. It is really an important thing, no, to be really familiar with the faces of the insects. Kasi meron palang mga good insects who will help us in controlling pests na sumisira sa ating mga pananim. At it's also an important thing na alam natin kung ano yung mga ginagamit natin para sa ating mga pananim. These chemicals, no? I learned a lot from that. Thank you very much. I know you guys have a lot of questions running in your mind right now, but before that, I would like to thank our 286 registrants. Again, these are from all over the world. Mula Batanes hanggang Hulo outside the Philippines. Thank you so much. And with over 100 plus Facebook Live viewers. Keep sharing.
Yay!
There you go. Shout out muna tayo. Mary Joyce Santriano, watching from Hingoog City. Hi!
Hello, Ma'am Doreen! Shout out daw sa atong duha. Thank you po.
Ma'am Doreen Cabas-Ranyada, our very own chairperson of Technology Communication Management. Thank you very much po, Ma'am Doreen. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys have a lot of questions running in your mind about Sir Jay's topic. And so feel free to drop all of your questions sa ating comment section because we will be asking questions live. We have with us Sir Jay. And of course, I believe earlier as well, na-drop na po ng ating official Facebook page ng GSK, yung official link po ng ating attendance. Ang ating, we have to para mabigay po sa inyo ang ating e-certificate. Alright?
E-certificate.
Jay to join us para po masagot ang ating mga tanong. O wala pa mga tanong, wala pa po kami tanong at section. Shout out muna tayo, partner.
Okay, let's go. We have here si Dave John Lumakang watching from Patag again, CDO. Hello, hello, hello.
Wow, we have from Jean-Marie Comendador Valias. Good afternoon po, watching from Research Development and Extension Office of USDP Claveria. Hi, Sir Jean-Marie.
Ito, Polly, may nakita
Thank you
akong
so much.
para sa akin eh. Si John Glenn Barre, ano siya? Hi sa green. So, hello! Hello, hello, hello!
Sana all.
Alam mo na.
Sana all.
Right after this webinar. Charla!
Nakakajowa na ba tayo? Anyhow, we have from Angeline Comas watching from Iligan City. Hi!
Hello!
I hope that's all safe po. So kung nasan man kayo ngayon, the virus is still here existing. I hope you guys are all safe. And kaya nga again, while the pandemic is not yet over, mas maganda pong may pinagkakaabalahan tayo. And one of these nga is this urban community microfarm. That is why it's such an important thing that you guys are here with us this afternoon. Again, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Ma'am Doreen Ranyada would also like to do a special shout out to her Natano, who's working behind the camera, no?
The technical team.
Tayong technical team dito to make this webinar series possible at para po sa inyong lahat. There you go. Again, if you guys have questions on your mind, feel free to comment it down sa ating comment section.
And I believe Sir will be joining us just a little bit.
Oh, ang dami ko nakikitang comments kanina. Ang fresh daw ni Sir J. Idol.
Hindi pa nga siya
Hi, Sir J.
Diba? Hello.
Hello, Sir J.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Ang dami mong fans, Sir. Alam mo ba yun?
I guess they are my students, some of them.
Okay,
baka napilitan. Oh, char lang.
Para sa grade ba? No, hindi. But I think I agree, no? That Sir J is very fresh. Oo, agree ako dyan.
Parang
thank you, sir.
lang yan eh, di ba? Napaka-fresh.
Oo.
Yes.
Anyhow, Sir J, eto po.
Fresh.
Wow, I like that. Kasi ang akong nickname lang kay Cute. Cute lang gitu.
Wala lagi ko na-inform imong nickname.
Anyhow, we have one question po from Ma'am Angel. Hi, sir. Salamat sa very wonderful presentation. May organic po bang spray na pwedeng gamitin?
Oh, yes, of course. No, we can use the plants that I have discussed, that I have mentioned a while ago. We have the PYRETHRUM daisy or the Chrysanthemum. We can have these two ways of making a spray. Mag-English siya, gini? Or unsa ba? Pwede na Bisaya, di ba? Nakalimot ko.
Go, sir.
So, natay duwa ka
Taglish.
Oh, so may dalawa tayong paraan, Char. Nain kung ikaw Tagalog. So we have two ways in making a spray out of our PYRETHRUM daisy or Chrysanthemum. The first one is that one that undergoes the process of fermentation. It would only last for 3 to 4 days. And the other one is pinapakuluan natin, no? For only 5 to 15 minutes. So, ano ba ang next step? So, we are going to gather the leaves of our neem trees. Magwa lang tag mga dahon nila, no? Ato siyang himay-himayon. Ato siyang, unsa na sa Bisaya? Hagpaton ba na sa Bisaya? Okay? So, ato siyang kuwaon, tagsa-tagsa, and then all we need to do is to use a blender, kung natay blender. But we can also use a mortar and pestle, no, just to grind it out, no, just to turn it into chunks of slices. So pag humana kung ma-blend na to siya, kanang just enough lang, maybe 1 bucket is enough perhaps. So mga 1 bucket ato na siyang i-blend, and then antod nga ang ilahang mga sizes until their sizes will be the same. No, is finely smooth, fine, is roughly the same. Yung sobrang liliit na. Tapos niyan is i-dissolve natin siya sa maybe 1 to 2 liters. I-dissolve natin yan, okay? And then we are going to wait for 3 to 4 or even 5 days for fermentation. No? For our sa atong gipabukalan, yung pinapakuluan natin, we only wait for 5 to 15 minutes. So paano gamitin? Ato na ning ilahos kay basin mga tana siya follow up. So ilahos na ning para sure na, no? Para hanutoy ang dagan, okay? So pwede ta magbutang kung naggamit ta og atong hand spray, especially urban gardening ramanin no. So katura tong gamay atong ginagamit. So atong hand spray lang. So kung 1 liter ana, pwede nato na siyang butangan og 1 tablespoon of dishwashing liquid because it will serve as a surfactant or an emulsifier para dili dito sumawala yung effect dito sa dahon. Okay? It will serve as a repellent para dili na mga to ang atong mga insekto, mga pestes sa atong pinanggam pananom. Mao na siya mamin sir. Same with the katong gipabukalan nato.
Wow, there you go. Those are the process. And to po, from Benjon Philip Along. Hello, ma'am. Hello po. I am Benjon Philip Along from Hasaan, Misamis Oriental. I would like to ask the speaker if what is his favorite among the controls and why po. Thank you.
Oh, grabe no, mura ko. It seems that I'm entering a pageant, right? Okay.
Press
Actually, you are,
conference,
sir.
book launching or movie launching po ito.
Promotion.
Oo. Well, I believe that no. Just imagine the dots around the circle. No, we need to have fairness along the edge of the circle. No pest management or no control is effective at all pests and diseases. So that is why if given the chance to choose one, I will never choose one because all of them is effective in their own ways. Thank you po.
Pang Miss Universe nga naman ang sagot. Diba?
Short but concise, partner.
Diba?
Thank you so much, Char.
I so agree with that. No, lahat may kanya-kanyang sariling function. We just really have to be informed and to know kung saan gagamitin, kung paano gagamitin, and the process of making these. Tcity, would you love to read the next question?
Yes, for the next question, we have from John Mark Besa Tumonglay. So, ana siya. Hello, Sir Jane Mark. How can I control the presence of vine weevil? I think that sounds right.
Okay. Kaning mga inani is so very specific. We all know that our insect are host specific. For these vine weevils, we, as I have mentioned a while ago, there are 300 to 350,000 species of them, and for now, we are still looking for the most effective way in controlling them. Okay, for vine weevils, for coleopterans, as much as possible, we can actually do the physical control of eradicating them. Just like doing manual hand picking, we can do that. Okay? That's all. Okay, some more questions.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Oh, more questions now.
Nakakatakot ang mga pangalan nito, no? Na mga pests. That is why I believe kailangan talaga nating i-eradicate ang mga ito. Imagine their name. Peste, mga weevil.
Be careful when you call it pests.
Imagine. Anyhow.
Imagine
yes,
even
sir.
humans, diba, can be called as pests.
Yeah. Actually, sir, pests are the most dominant animals on Earth. Or
I like that. That's a trivia.
Literal Paul.
Wow. All right. Eto, kasakit ba part nga wala ko'y pilion from Doc Vince Pakatang? May mga hugot po tayo sa comment section.
Lahiguro nga webinar inyong naapilan, guys.
Yeah. Actually, he's my friend, no?
Wow.
And he's looking for,
Naghahanap din po kasi ako. Wow!
Magkano man tulungan niyo po si Polly?
Polly
He's single,
po.
yeah.
Wow! Anyhow, grabe.
Grabe ko sa pagka-supportive ni sir.
Diba? Thank you very much. And diba, shout out muna tayo while we're still waiting for questions. Bon Ryan Pagod, Cabilis, good afternoon, Sir Fresh. Grabe, tamang Sir Fresh nga naman talaga ang tawag
Sir
sa iyo.
Fresh?
Ito po,
Nickname,
amazing.
no?
Sir Fresh. Before that, we also have from Rhea May Elaw, amazing presentation, sir. Watching here from Mat A. Claveria, Misamis Oriental.
Oh, thank you so much.
There
Ayan,
you go.
Polly, we have from...
Yes po, Ticity, Sophie.
Yes, from Serenity de la Cruz Tutor. Pest Japon ng silingan nga gapanguha nga way pananghid.
Yeah,
Okay,
for as
sir.
long as it annoys us, no. But I guess as human beings, no, it is not appropriate to call them because we don't know about their story. It is right to call them a pest, but it is not appropriate since we are a rational thinker individuals.
Unsa,
Sabi sa'yo Miss Universe ang level natin.
Ayoko na, napaka-prepared this, sir.
I told you guys. Pero oo nga naman. I think, and again, human as we are, we do things. The best thing to do is that talk to that person siguro, no?
Mm-hmm.
You know, alam mo, para ma-inform yung tao na hindi
Yes.
tama ang kanyang ginawa. All
Couldn't
right.
agree more, Polly. Okay, Polly?
We have a question here from Alievasor Shugoma. When can we decide that there is a need to apply pesticide in our garden, either organic or inorganic?
Oh, thank you so much for that very wonderful question. For the information of everybody, the use of chemicals or synthetics must be the last resort. No, it must be the last thing that we are going to use once we are following the pest management. So the first thing to do is to have this what we so-called prevention. So we can apply our organic organic sprays so that we could prevent them from coming in. Not just like with the use of simply using the chili pepper and the garlic by mixing them into and then let them ferment for just 3 to 5 days. That would be very effective, especially in a small scale area. Okay.
All right. I believe we have a question from
Mm-hmm.
GSKCDO. They have the same questions with In Harmony. At the city, if you would love to read it.
Okay, from among the natural pest controls, though, sir, which is the most effective in eradicating pests?
Okay, so again, hundreds and numerous of insect pests that can attack our crops. There would be no single or best solution in combating pest infestation because they have different morphology, they have different neurophysiology, they have different physiological processes in their bodies. They differ from one another. So the best solution is that we need to understand first their environment, their behavior, in order for us to understand or in order for us to know what is the target area that we need to look and search first so that we can solve the problem in our field or in our small farm.
Wow. 'Di ba? So proper observation muna, 'di ba? You
Mm-hmm.
know, observing kung ano yung kailangang dapat na steps in handling ganito mga problema sa farm. Eto po from Chrysanthemum. Hello, good afternoon everyone. I would like to ask, of course, Mr. J. Mark, if is it possible to combine PYRETHRUM, limonene, and nicotine as organic pesticide?
Okay, so this one, no, I guess this is not a scope of my discussion because this is for the toxicologists. This is for those individuals who undergo the study of these chemical substances and their interaction with one another. Because if I will be saying that if this is or this can be mixed, maybe I will have that. Oh, murag nang lapas na ako sa akong area because what I want to know what I want to share to my clientele or to the audience right now is kani silang mga organic or natural pesticides can be used, but I just don't know their effects when it's being combined. No, especially this nicotine, it contains nicotine sulfate. If we use too much of that, then it could lead to there is a malfunctioning in the nervous system. No, because we all know that even in insect, no, we are considering them as a test animals. So if we are going to combine them, maybe there would be an effect for that. Okay, but we need to have a study first. We need to ask first our toxicologists because they are the ones who are in charge of these chemicals. Thank you.
There you go. At the city, we have another question.
Yes, coming from Jairus Dave Saison. So, ano siya? What is the effective way again to control dip or dipterans, sir?
Okay, it is actually an insect order for our two flies when you say dipterans. And there are 100,000 of them, 100 to 150,000 species of our dipterans all over the world or worldwide because I guess it ranks at the third or the fourth spot, if I am not mistaken, in the most populous insect order. So there would be no most effective control for dipterans. But if you can specify at least one, maybe I can answer that. Thank you.
Imagine knowing no that ito pala ang dami pala nilang kind. Imagine having 1,000 more. So there you go, Jairus. If you can specify what kind of diphthera,
you can actually
is
follow
this?
up your question.
Yeah. Anyhow, wala pa po tayong mga tanong.
Napaka-articulate ni Sir, no? Pag sumasagot siya ng tanong.
Super.
Kaya nga naman ang
Kinakabahan.
dami niyang fans dito.
Naku po.
And speaking of fans, we have Victoria Camille Bukoy watching from WMSU Zamboanga City Environmental Engineering Department. Wow, hello
Ang
po.
galing. Ito, from Ellen Jane Bendanilio. Ano siya? Pang miss you kaayo ang tubag ni Sir.
May pambata
Mr.
na
You,
po
tingali.
tayo.
Oo.
There you go. Sige. According to Doc Vince, pakatang mahadlok man sa tagpangutana ani oy lami man mo tubag.
Lagi.
Diba?
Segue man sa lahi.
All right, I think we'll be entertaining one last question to our Facebook Live viewers. So grab that chance to ask your question because again, of course, there you go. Jairus, ay may follow-up question. Yes. About sa housefly daw po.
Houseflies, the common houseflies, right? Hello, may I ask if what kind of houseflies is that?
There you go, Jairus. We need
Laban
another information para masagot namin ang iyong tanong. We have from our partner, Kids Ho Farm, watching from Zamboanga City. Hello, hello po. And thank you very much again sa partnership na ito, diba? For making this webinar series possible.
Along with other partnerships we have.
Of course. Sige, Jairus, we'll wait for that follow-up information para tuluyan na nating masagot sa kung ano talaga ang effective way to control this diphtheria.
Okay, so if common housefly, if he is talking about common houseflies or dalangaw, that is dalangaw po. So one best effective control for that one is prevention. So all we need to do is to look for kanang mga nangalata ng mga fruits, vegetables, because they, or even kanang mga isda, mga kanang iyahang mga gills, mga hasang, they love to stay on that kanang mga food or food sources. So that is why as much as possible kung na may mga kanang mga lata-lata na you can burn pwede nato na siya ilubong kay they love to stay in there. Okay? Unlike na to sa katong mga if na ay mang harvest nga poultry kay daghan na sila mandagsa because kanang wala na sila source of food dadto mo na mga adto sila sa atong balay-balay. Okay? So kung inanam galing since maglisod tagguan sa ilaha kanang eradicate, we have these chemicals also that we can buy in AgriVet if he or she wants to. Pero ang ako na maingon is that kanang sanitation, clean lang yun, hinlo, mga kuan, mo na siya ang atong best effective method. Nga pwede na ito ma-apply sa atong common houseflies or diphtherians. Thank you.
Sanitation, that's so good. No? Kung may mga nabubulok, we can bury these para hindi lapitin or lapitan ng mga anong houseflies. There you go. Thank you very much, everyone. If you still have questions, feel free to send it. There you go. Let's entertain this one last question from Olivasor Shugoma. It was mentioned earlier that crop rotation can be used to control pests and diseases. Can you give a simple illustration of this? Like what crops can I plant using the crop rotation principle?
So I will give you a scenario. Okay. If you are going to plant tomatoes, we all know that its family is solanaceous crops. So if you are going to plant eggplant for the next season, no, so meaning to say they might share the same pest. Another one, if we are going to plant corn, then pagahuman ana magtanom din naa din sa iyang palibot na apoy mga cotton. O and pagasunod pagid ana is naatay tobacco. They will share the same pest, no? And maghatag tag example nga best pest. This would be the corn earworm. Pagka human natog harvest sa example na corn nagyapon mo ang corn earworm or Helicoverpa armigira, kung nagtanom ka na sunod ana is tobacco, mubalhin na siya dadto. Ay matod pa sa akong gingon kanina, they have their quiescence period. So kaning corn earworm pag mabalhin na sa tobacco, di ba kung ang ginataatake sa Helicoverpa armigira sa atong corn is ang ear, pagbalhin niya sa tobacco, yang ginaatake ana is ang buds sa atong tobacco. That is why it will be called na sad nga tobacco budworm. Kung naapagi kay cotton dana, pwede ning Helicoverpa armigira nga magbalhin dadto, and that will be called as cotton bollworm, because this particular insect will attack the cotton part of our plant. No, so inana sila. So we can plant another type or family of a plant so that dili sila mag-share of pests. So for example, if you plant solanaceous crops for this season, you can plant cucurbits for the next season. Cabbages, perhaps? You can do that. Thanks.
Grabe. No, ngayon napatunayan natin lalo
Grabe.
na magtanim ay di biro. You have to be familiar with all these terms, these chemicals, these chemical compounds and
true.
all that. Pero maraming salamat po for answering all of their questions.
Ganern daw, sir.
Ganern. Anyhow, again, to your Facebook Live viewers, if you still have questions, feel free to send a direct message to us official Facebook page ng GSK-CDO that at this point allow us to present this e-certificate para sa ating guest this afternoon. Allow me to read the citation. There you go. All right, because of course, here you go. Certificate of recognition is presented to Sir J. Mark Lantod for sharing his knowledge and expertise as resource speaker for the topic Natural Pest Management during the webinar series on urban community microfarm conducted by the University of Science and Technology of the Southern Philippines and Kids Who Farm on June 30, 2021 via Facebook Live. Given this 30th day of June 2021, signed Agropolis Technopark Development in charge of USCP, Clint Jongo Pacana. We also have acting city agriculturist of Cagayan de Oro City, Paul Douglas Kalingin, co-founder of Kids Who Farm, Monir Hinay, and of course, the head for Center for Human Development of USCP, Angeli Azcuna Colera. Virtual round of applause for Sir J. Mark, everyone.
Ayan. Again, Sir J. Mark, maraming salamat for all the things we needed to know about the pest management. Because, Polly, no, it is very important to prevent pests in our gardens. Pero parang love lang yan eh. So may mga bagay talaga nakakasira sa relasyon. So as much as we want to and as much as possible, we want that to prevent, diba? To happen.
I like that. Talagang parelasyon tayo dito. Though I can't relate. Pero may mga bagay
excuse
na
yourself.
may mga bagay na kailangan natin i-eradicate just to keep something healthy. 'Di ba? Yung mga nakakasama, kailangan na ho nating iwasan at kailangan nating gawin ng lahat ng paraan para mawala ito, no? To keep our plants healthy. At kung healthy ang plant, healthy tayong lahat. Diba?
Yes, of course. Ayan.
Alright. Well, sa lahat po ng mga fans ni Sir Fresh, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. By the way, Sir Fresh na talaga tawag natin sa kanya. Anyhow, this is just the day one. So this is just the beginning of our 3-day webinar series. Magkikita-kita pa ho tayo bukas and the day after tomorrow. Please stay with us dahil marami pa po tayong matututunan and we'll just learn with fun and excitement. Marami po tayong dapat abangan sa webinar series on urban community microfarm. Maraming salamat po. And once again, do not forget to fill out the attendance sheet. And of course, dahil once you fill out the attendance sheet, your certificate of attendance for today will be emailed directly to your emails. No, I believe that's what will happen.
No? Of course, the evaluation form, which will be pinned also sa atong comment section for you guys to get your e-certs at the end of this 3-day webinar series.
There you go. Napaka-importante ho na mag-evaluate kayo so that we can improve our service para sa inyo lahat. Because we are all doing this para ho sa ating mga registrants, sa ating mga participants. Maraming salamat po. But before we officially end, again, these amazing partners made this webinar series possible. Allow us to thank these amazing partners once again, beginning with the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines,
Center for Human Development,
Office of the Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration and Agropolis,
College of Agriculture, USTP Claveria,
Department of Technology Communication Management of USTP CDO,
Department of Technician Teacher Education, USTP CDO,
Department of Teaching Languages of USTP CDO,
USTP Claveria Radio Station,
Kids Who Farm,
Kids for Kids,
City Agriculture Office of Cagayan de Oro,
City Local Environment and Natural Resources Office, or CLENRO.
Agriculture Training Institute of TA Region 10.
We also have Green Minds Incorporated and
JCI Cagayan Gold. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And to everyone here who joined us, thank you very much. Magkita-kita tabalik tomorrow, no?
Yes, tomorrow,
we hope
same
to see
time.
all of you tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. I
2
am just so
p.m.
excited. Tomorrow at the city. Thank you so much for
Yes,
today.
thank you
See you
po,
again
Polly.
tomorrow. This has been
Again,
Polly
no?
with a Hug.
Of course, this has been your host also. I am CT.
And of course, this is webinar series on Urban Community
Microform. Thank you
Goodbye,
and
everyone,
God
and see you
bless.
tomorrow. God bless.
Thank
Stay
you so
safe.
much. Stay safe, Polly. Thank you so much, our team technicals.